It's a brisk night in the Midwest, but we've got football at Paycor Stadium in the Queen City of Cincinnati, Ohio. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Detroit Lions and the Cincinnati Bengals. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Well, this defense for the Bengals, they were very good a week ago in that win over.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. He'll drop to throw. He finds his target. It's Evans. Room here to run. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage afterwards.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. We're only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. What's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep. It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. In motion comes the tight end left. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Got a man. It's McBride complete. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
We expected this defense to be tested by this passing game coming into this one, and there's an example on this first possession of the game.
1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. They'll try to run this one in. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. A great effort there. His 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Lions put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. No problem there on the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. up the Bengals here 1st and 10 at their own 24. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. First down. Here's Burrow. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
First carry for the Clemson man, Travis Etienne. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy set the tone early. Ran through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. That's caught right side by Anderson. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Same exact result as last play, a pickup of 11.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. The Bengals at 5-3 now on the year. And they come in playing some pretty decent football, 5-3 over their last 8.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Here's the first carry of the game for Cam Akers. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
The slot man in motion right.
11 MT, tight. 11 MT, 11 MT.
3rd and 2, now Burrow. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. The Bengals bring out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Lions are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
You know, are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first-round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
Here's a 2nd and 7. That throw taken in by Jamison Williams. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. It doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
2nd and 9 now. And that'll be caught. It's St. Brown. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. After 7-0 on EA Sports. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. And a nice spin into some open field. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. Well, CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
Dillon now on 1st and 10. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. A.J. Dillon, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Lions have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make the score 14-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Bengals drive about to get going. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying
to get it to Anderson, but it's intercepted. And the Lions are going to take possession of the football. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. They'll set up a throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Partner, this is almost an unwinnable spot for a defense. They have to come right out for a 1st and goal trying to stop them. But let me hold on a second. Let me take that back real quick. They can win here if they force a field goal try. Still a long ways away from that happening, but that has to be what they're thinking right now.
Two of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. It'll go. It's no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal.
Partner's been my experience that after 2 stops like that near the goal line, defenses only become bolder. They don't back off at all. I think they continue to bring pressure and force them to make a really big play against them.
And the incompletion, then the run for no gain. Let's see now. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Now the Lions, they send out the field goal unit here. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
On second down, a run with Etienne. And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. They go play action with Burrow. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Oh, I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big 3rd down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
Here we go, here we go.
They'll try and throw for it with Burrow. Man open, that's Jamar Chase complete. And he is going to have the Bengals first down as they wind up with a gain of 11 there on 4th down. What a time for his first catch as they get the conversion on 4th.
I'm wondering.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Burrow. This is Chase Claypool on the receiving end. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 39. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some 7 yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Here's a run with Akers on 2nd down. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9, and they need 10 yards out of it on 3rd. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. On 3rd down, Burrow. Got a man. It's Chase. He completes it. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 23. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first.
Here we go, here we go.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Here we go.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Etienne up the middle. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
I would think as a play call, you want to look for some quick hitters to your tight end. Any type of a route to replace where that linebacker was. Because when you saw the speed with which he reacted and stuffed that play, maybe use that speed against him in the future.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. A give up the middle to Akers. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Now it's Burrow. Over the middle, that's caught by Chase. And the Bengals are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And this is an offense in need of getting a few good things to happen. Here's one right here. They've had their share of struggles in key moments, but that's a nice throw and nice work.
And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Bengals get a bit closer. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that'll cut the lead to 17-7. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity. There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they run successful.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. He's airing it out for Williams. And he's got it inside the 10. A big play there for Detroit. 68 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. A great play there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Lions will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. The point after is good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. The Bengals drive about to get going. And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting it once, you get first-half scores just like this one.
Off the play fake, here's Burrow. Throwing for Chase on the crosser, he's got it. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Throwing now, Burrow on first down. He's got a man, complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime.
And this offense needed something to try and seize the momentum a little bit, and that might have been exactly what they needed. Now they have a chance to go downfield and score and cut into the lead.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Again, it's Burrow. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Kirby Joseph. And the Lions are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. And, Charles, it seems like sometimes when you fall down early, there can be a tendency there to try and get it all back in one fell swoop. And that time, that thinking leads to an interception.
And I believe you brought up a really good point there, Brandon, because you're trying to force plays, right? You try and get all back in one shot, just as you mentioned there. And you know you're going to need some big plays to get back into the game. But ultimately, you really can't force what isn't there.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Bengals with work to do in this third quarter, but they'll get the football first as we are back underway. And the half will begin with a touchback. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any one of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. They'll go again here with Akers. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on 2nd.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now it's Burrow. He's got a man open. It's Chase Claypool. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
11 mighty, 11 mighty.
Straight ahead, Etienne. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
And give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional. In the battle of game plans, theirs has been superior.
11.
From just shy of midfield, Burrow. And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again. And the Lions Lions are going to get it back here just past the 35.
Well, they're certainly in a bad way right now. Not so bad that you can call this one over already, but bad enough that you know you can't toss an interception to open the second half. This just ratchets up the pressure on this team's defense right now.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they had the big halftime lead. Their defense just helped them out further by forcing the turnover, so things are starting to look pretty rosy.
They certainly are, but they've got to be careful about getting complacent, though. They still need to go out and run their offense efficiently.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Eckler now between the tackles. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right. And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on 3rd. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. K'Lavon Chaisson able to record his 5th sack of the season. Here comes the Lions punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. And they call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Bengals take over 1st and 10.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They're passing here. Joe Burrow got it complete to West. And he gets this one just shy of the 40 down at the 39. It's a Bengal 1st down, a pickup of 11.
Nice job, nice patience right there. Put him on the right side, let him work his way across, put the ball in his hands, and let him work his way upfield with a catch.
Here we go,
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Running out of the gun with ETN. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
He's going to air one out. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Bengals. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. Perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Now that'll be caught by St. Brown. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Running on first down, Eckler. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Eckler going to get it again on 2nd down. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. First down Lions on a pickup of 13. Well, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe they'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. Touchdown, Detroit. Amon-Ra St. Brown. 50 yards. And the Lions are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This taken in at the goal line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball. And it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Here we go.
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Here we go.
The ball resting on the 20. Here's 2nd and 6. Now Burrow. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's West. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
They will throw on first down with Burrow. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked by Kevin Byard. As a quarterback, Charles, you have to imagine that he knew that heat was coming there on that snap. But this time, the pressure forces him into an interception.
Absolutely he knew. And maybe that's a spot in other parts of the game. He's going to think about just throwing that one away. But down late in the fourth quarter, he has no choice, no luxury. He's got to try and make a play. And even with that pressure around him, he tried to complete it downfield to no avail.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. He's got a man complete. It's Amari Cooper. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
A gain of 2 brings up second and 8 at the 13-yard line.
Here's second and 8. He completes it to Evans. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives him a first down. Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the fourth quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think you continue to do so.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And he stopped immediately there. Again, he'll drop to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
The ball mere inches from the white line on 3rd and goal. Back to throw again. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
Coaches talk about it all the time. Players talk about it as well. Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and making that stop. Inside the red zone, every stop like that could be preventing a possible touchdown.
They'll look to throw again. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt, and the Bengals are going to get the football back.
Here we go, here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play. to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Another first down, this time on a gain of 19. This is a quarterback that's already in the top 100 all-time in passing yards, but that last throw going to move him past Roger Staubach on the all-time list. Roger Charles at 22,700.
Don't forget, he also won 2 Super Bowls, played from 1969 to 1979. And I would dare say Roger's numbers would be larger. But remember, he had a commitment to the Navy. So graduated the Naval Academy, and back then you had to serve your 5-year hitch before you could go on and join the NFL.
A good pickup there, 21 yards. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that on your center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
They'll run with Etienne. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. Move the chains, a gain of 7 on third down.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why. And my goodness, another interception. And the Lions are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. He's airing it out for Williams. It's caught inside the 25. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
A gain of 45 yards. First down, Lions.
Gets it out wide quickly. Burks with it. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 15 yards that time and another first down.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. Oh, how about this on 1st and goal? And he is going to lose yardage here. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. And it's caught. And in for the Lions touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Lions look like they're about to put an end to their 2-game losing streak as they add on to their lead. The extra point up and good. And the lead is now 24. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Fair catch. Made number 25-yard line. The Bengals take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here we go.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
11,
We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
On 2nd and 10, Burrow, he's going to let it fly. He's got a man, complete. A big play there for Cincinnati. 66 yards. If there was one knock on Joe Burrow coming out of LSU, it was arm strength, but kind of put those doubts to rest right there. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Pete Werner. He's at the 50. And the Lions are going to take possession of the football. Well, to be frank, CD, this is getting tough to watch. I mean, you feel for him, but 6 interceptions, that's at a whole new level. It's not a good level.
It makes it tougher and tougher to come up with ways to try and support him. But you have to as a team because you can't just throw your quarterback aside. You're going to need him later on. But it reminds me of a time that a former defense coordinator of mine told me he was in a game where his quarterback threw